Now, I'd like to welcome our second guest for today, hypnotherapist Ben Liston. Thanks very much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us, what made you want to get into hypnotherapy?
I've always been interested in helping others, and so when the time came to research psychology or counselling or what should I do, I stumbled upon a hypnotherapy website and looked into it and thought that was a good fit.
Do you know any of the history of it, like how long has it been around, who's used it, what for?
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. It actually dates right back to ancient Egypt. They were doing rituals and things that would go into trance, and then it kind of went through its various phases of fashion, went in and out of fashion until about the 1970s when a man named Milton Erickson really picked up on it, and since then it's really developed into a world-class therapy.
How does it work?
Basically works by relaxing you so much that you no longer judge the suggestions you're hearing. So it's really about getting your subconscious mind to latch on to new ideas, and when you're really relaxed, it's very difficult to challenge those ideas.
Fair enough. And all of us have this capability to do this?
Yeah, absolutely. Nobody can't be hypnotised.
Okay. What kind of things could hypnotherapy help?
It helps with a huge range of things. I think it's almost easy to ask what does it not help with. But lately I've been seeing a lot of people with anxiety-based problems, depression-based problems, gambling, smoking, weight, all kinds of different things.
Oh, I'm pleased to hear that. I thought it was more a physical thing, but you do mental therapies as well.
Yeah, that's it. It is a talking therapy.
Excellent. What's the difference between the hypnotherapy we see people do on the stage where they turn people into chickens and the real deal?
Well, the stage is actually the real deal. The difference, I guess, is intention. When you're on a stage, the intention is to make the audience laugh and to have a good time and just be a bit silly, whereas in a therapy room, it's about healing, it's about improvement, about goal reaching. It's the same hypnosis both on a stage and in the hypnotherapy chair, but in a hypnotherapy chair, you don't cluck like a chicken or anything silly like that.
No worries. How long have you been doing this?
I've been at hypnotherapy for about 5 years now, a little bit over now, so I'm still a newcomer compared to some of the ones out there.
And you said you got into it through psychology courses?
I was researching psychology courses, and I found a specialist school that trained specifically in hypnotherapy, so that's where I went.
How long was the training?
I was training for about 18 months.
Cool. Do you have any wonderful miraculous cure type stories you could share with us?
They're not really miraculous, but yeah, certainly people who have come in with crippling anxiety, barely able to leave the house after their first appointment, were going to the shops, driving themselves around, doing things that they thought they'd never do again. So that's actually quite a typical outcome. That's
really good to hear. Depression's a big problem these days. Tell me about self-hypnosis.
Self-hypnosis is a lot like meditation. So meditation and self-hypnosis are about becoming calm, relaxed, still. The difference being that in self-hypnosis, it's about actually giving yourself positive suggestion, almost like those mantras that you might read and those little cards that you might buy. It's about doing that in a relaxed state. And so it's a very effective tool if you're using it regularly.
Excellent. Can anyone be hypnotised? Is there criteria? Like, do you have to be really smart, or do you have to be dumb, or...?
There's no real criteria. We don't hypnotise people with severe psychosis or any other psychiatric condition just for their safety. We also don't hypnotise people who are very young, so younger than the age of maybe 6 or 7 won't be hypnotised. Intellectually disabled who are not able to concentrate won't be hypnotised, and also those who just simply don't want to be.
Okay. My daughter is very interested in getting into hypnotherapy. Could you... What's the road? What course would she take?
I think first and foremost, go book a hypnotherapy appointment. If there's no specific goal she has, then ask for relaxation, general coping mechanism for stress, that sort of thing. If she enjoys the process and it's what she thinks it is, then the next step is to research through the association's website, which is the Australian Hypnotherapy Association, and they have a list of accredited schools across the country.
Excellent. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us personally?
Yeah, I think that hypnotherapy is definitely on the way up. I think it's starting to become more and more accepted, especially in Adelaide. We're a little bit behind, unfortunately. I have practiced in Perth and also studied in Sydney, and so I've seen the difference. And in places like Brisbane, Perth, Sydney, Melbourne, where it's widely accepted, it's a really good industry, and it's almost a first port of call instead of a last port of call. So hopefully I'm going to start to help people go to hypnotherapy before they try the drugs and the medications and the other things that they might do.
Excellent. I wish you the best. My daughter would never forgive me if I didn't ask you, have you done any past life regression?
I've had a play with it with family members and a couple of close friends, but not on a professional level, and I certainly wouldn't do that in a clinical setting because I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, which is about the here and now and the future, not the past, but it's very interesting.
Very pleased to hear that. Any cautions for people who are going to want to go and see hypnotherapy?
Yeah, when it comes to hypnotherapy, it's the kind of thing where you want to be comfortable with the person that you're seeing. So if you call them and you have a chat with them on the phone and you're not sure, it's probably better just to call the next number in the list. Also check to make sure they're with an association. At the moment, you don't legally have to be, but it's always a good idea to go to somebody who's in an association because there's certain training and ongoing peer support and development that the association enforces. And so it's always better to choose somebody who is accountable to a board.
Is it suitable for kids? Everyone?
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Plenty of children come in for lots of different things: bedwetting, hair chewing, misbehaviour at school, lack of concentration, all kinds of things.
That's very good to hear. ADHD?
Yeah, certainly.
Yes. Excellent.
Certainly, that's true for adults as well.
How long would it take you to cure me for biting my fingernails?
Fingernails are anywhere from 1 to 4 sessions. It's a really short therapy as well, which is the beauty of hypnotherapy.
Do you give a guarantee? I know there's no absolute guarantees, but...
No, absolutely not. Hypnotherapy is about training you to do what you need to do. It's not about doing it for you. And so if I talk to you about certain tools and procedures and you don't go home and practice it, then you're not going to get results. And that's something that's unfortunately out of our control.
So it's not me going to you, you do your thing and that's it. I've got to...
For nail biting, possibly a little bit like that if it's completely subconscious. But certainly, with a lot of goals, especially smoking, drinking, the habitual goals, you need to be putting an effort in between sessions.
Thank you so much, Ben. It's been really interesting talking to you.